Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about how to fill the void. And if you are a human being, you know what I'm talking about. Every one of us has some version of the void, and it will be there until the moment that we learned to fill it consciously. So the void shows up in our lives in the ways that we grasp onto things to give us something. And this could be food for most people. It is most certainly in food that we seek to fill the void. It is in relationships, especially in romantic partnerships. We seek to be filled by the other person. We seek it in addiction sometimes, from alcohol, from cigarettes, from movies, from exercise. It could be anything. It could be work. Anything but to fill the void. In fact, for most people, that is the very thing that drives our behavior in the world. We are driven by avoiding the void, avoiding feeling the void. So, what is the void? Where does it come from? Void is simply a lack of presence. And presence is the same as love. It means to be seen and witnessed by consciousness. And we develop this void in our childhoods when our parents are incapable of giving us presence. And we feel the void of consciousness, the void of attention, which is the void of love. Attention is love, guys. This is so key. You know what? The most dramatic and traumatizing experience for any child is disconnection. It is to be utterly alone. And that aloneness only happens in the lack of presence. It is in fact so traumatic that for someone who was ignored consistently as a child, who did not get any presence, to enter into an abusive relationship feels like an upgrade. Because the abuse is at least attention. There is some energy coming in your direction. Someone sees you, someone is coming towards you. Even if that means abuse, that's better. Do you get that? How traumatic it is for a child, for anybody, for the matter of fact, not only a child, to be ignored. I think it was Gabor Mate who said the opposite of love is not hate, it is not fear, it is indifference. So we developed a void because there was no presence for us, for our internal experience, for different parts of us. And that might look different for each of us. Certain parts received attention and others didn't. And it is that void inside of us that is void of presence and love that we are seeking to fill. However, the problem is when we seek to fill this void through something external, such as food or people or being busy or romantic love, it is only filled momentarily. And once that thing is gone, the void is there again. And that's why we get addicted to things. We get addicted to everything that could potentially momentarily fill the void. Although it may feel really good to fill that void through another person, it's not sustainable because the other person will end up experiencing you as a black hole, where no matter how much they give, you always want more and more and more, and nothing satisfies that hungry ghost. You know, that void, when it's unattended, it becomes a hungry ghost that consumes. It consumes everything. That's why we have consumerism in the world. It comes from the void. It is us unconsciously trying to fill the void with things. It becomes this black hole that just sucks in everything and anything to fill itself. But guess what? Nothing, and I mean nothing external, can ever permanently fill that void. The only thing that can really fill that void in you is your presence. That's the only thing that can ever permanently give you inner peace, where you no longer have to seek and grasp and yearn and crave, it is your presence. So how to do this? How to fill your own void? Notice the next time that you have that yearning, grasping, craving for something. Perhaps it is the attention of your partner who's being busy, he's on the laptop. Or your friend who is unavailable. And you feel that pain, oh, I need them to be with me. That's the moment to be with yourself. And if you have difficulty being with yourself, watch my Aware Self meditation. You can find it on my website. This meditation will help you and teach you how to be present with yourself, to be that safe space holder and container. You may notice when you feel that craving for food, it's like, oh, I have to have that thing. I need that thing. It's the hungry ghost underneath which is just lack of presence. It's that inner child who just wants to be seen. So in that moment, and I know this is challenging, it's really challenging, when you notice that craving arise in you, that yearning and grasping, hold off from acting on it. Sit down, breathe, and just feel. Feel the hungry ghost. Feel the void. And as you feel it, your presence will begin to fill that void. Once you're present with it, your presence is consciousness, which is everything that is. It is source. So the void is simply lack of that. And once you bring it in, it fills it up. And you will feel like coming back home. You will most likely cry. You will cry and you will feel peace and you will feel centered. And you will feel enough. You will feel like you are enough. You will experience yourself as being enough. You don't need anything to fill you. You don't need anything on the outside to satisfy that craving. The craving is no longer there. There is just peace. And from that peace, immense love may arise, and that love will begin to flow out into the world. And suddenly you're no longer taking, you're no longer a black hole or a hungry ghost that takes from others, that sucks in energy. Suddenly you have filled your own cup and you will begin to overflow, and you will begin to give that to others without overgiving, just flowing naturally, and you will feel bliss and joy and peace, and you will be willing to feel. You can find a guided meditation on my website, which will help you to be present with yourself and to fill that void within yourself. So please take that resource. You don't need to do this alone. Take that resource. And I also want to remind you that even though we always say in the spiritual community that we need to meet our own needs, we need to, give ourselves what we want from others. Yes, it is true. And that's not it. We also get to receive it from others. It is both. It is both. It is always and. That we need to give it to ourselves and we deserve to have it from others. But if we only want it from others, they will experience us as a black hole and we will suck energy. We need to learn to give it to ourselves. And then it is much easier for others to give it to us. So if you need support with this process of filling your own void, you can listen to my meditation, which I will post on my website, and I will put the link here as well, to give yourself what no one ever gave you, to give yourself that which was not taught to you as a child. Thank you so much for watching, and much, much love to you.